Sorry about that. I am back. I can only do this for another 10 minutes or so, 10, 15 minutes, because I have some persons I'm expecting to come and move some stuff. So, where was I? Oh my goodness, yes. So I said earlier that the narc, we call them the narc, at least that's what I call them, they actually, oh, the scab, right. The scab. The scab is that harsh, abrasive skin that the narcissist has built over the wound of maybe their childhood, the wound of maybe, some issues, some parental issues, some family issues, some serious emotional trauma that they have faced in their younger years. They don't necessarily, it doesn't have to come from childhood, but something in them in a shape or form of codependency, of loneliness, of low self-worth, of low self-value, of low self-esteem, because a lot of people may think these three things, self-worth, self-value, self-esteem, are the same thing. They are used interchangeably, but all of them mean separate things, because your self-worth, your self-esteem, all of that means confidence, true confidence coming from within you, from that place from within where you know your inherent right to being happy or having healthy relationships or things of that nature. This, the narcissist was not taught. This, the narcissist was usually not brought up with, or they never really learn to develop because of however thick that scab is in their emotional mind, in their emotional, consciousness. So when you see the narcissist refusal to let go, do not take it personal. Do not feel like, oh my gosh, like this is just like, like the sky is falling. This is also a part of the narcissist's game. The narcissist wants you to feel anxious. They want you to feel depressed. They want you to feel angry. They want to get a rise out of you. They want you to actually give them that little like inkling of your attention, of your energy, of your focus, of your feelings, of your peace of mind, of your comfort. They're like energy vampires. And so, in the only way when you see this narcissist refusal to let go, to release this and relinquish this, is to not play the game at all. Like you get up from the whole table. Like if you're playing Monopoly, everybody goes around in turns, right? When it's your turn, you can say pass, like you're playing dice or dominoes. Pass. Don't even get to pass. Don't even sit at the table. What that means is do not show any sign of emotion. Do not engage in any contact. If you can help it, do not engage whatsoever. Because this is all the narcissist needs. This is all they need. Okay? When you think about a narcissist, think about a vampire. They need blood. They need that life blood. They need that energy. They need you to actually look at them and pay attention to them. Call their name and say, oh my gosh, like, why are you doing this to me? Oh my gosh, I can't take this anymore. Oh my gosh, what have I got to do? Tear my hair out. Like, oh my gosh. This is all they want. This is what they live for, y'all. This is what they live for. And so when you understand that, when you truly understand that, you will refuse to play their game. You will refuse to engage. Because it takes two. In any kind of situation, it takes two. If one party checks out, who are they going to play with? Nobody. And so I say, don't play with me. Like at the end of the day, I am good at ignoring people. Like even though people think I am so highly emotional, I'm so like attentive to everything and so loving and caring. We know the loving and caring empaths are the people that narcissists tend to stick to the most. Why? Because we care so much. We care. I just did a video talking about how many Fs can you afford? Remember that? You can check that out after this video as well. We afford, as empaths, we afford to give too many. So we've got to retract that. We got to pull it back. You got to detach, babe. You got to let that go. And when you let go, they have no choice but to let go. I mean, some are more detrimental than others. Some are more dangerous than others. Some are more, I guess, persistent and enthused than others to continue to make your life a living hell. But there are ways, you have power. There is power within you. You have the power to actually relinquish this entire situation and move on with your life. It's not going to be easy, but the fear factor is what the narcissist always use to keep you entangled. Fear. Fear. It's like the devil card in the tarot, like it's the chains that you see attached, like to the two persons, the male and the female at the bottom. Like that is exactly what the narcissist game is all about, attachment. You've got to cut that. You've got to break that chain. So you have to learn to do shadow work, whatever things are going on within yourself that you have not dealt with, like the deeper, darker things, things such as self-doubt, things such as fear, things such as low self-esteem and stuff and lack of confidence, things such as these. The shadow work is very important for us to do for ourselves. It is not about the narcissist. It is for you. It is for us to actually be able to heal, for us to actually be able to spot things when we see these types of persons or personalities entering into our lives, to know how to actually say, nope, I am not playing. I'm getting up from this table. I'm not a part of this game. I don't play this game. Okay? So you guys, this is something very important in relationships, especially. This is what we deal with in relationships. A lot of us have narcissistic parents and family members and stuff like that we dealt with forever and ever. But most of the time in relationships, in our romantic partnerships, we have to deal with these things, and we don't spot the narcissist right away usually. We think they're just a really confident person. But then you have covert narcissists, the ones who go out about acting so pious and so humble, like they can't hurt a fly, like they love everybody. Oh, humanity, like, Hakuna Matata, like peace and love to all. But then behind closed doors, they are anything but pious and humble. They don't really give a shit about anybody but themselves. Then you have the overt narcissist, who is blatantly egotistical, blatantly like arrogant and disgusting. That is the guy who is like who we call the jerks or the jocks or the F-boys or whatever you want to call them. They are overtly narcissistic. They actually don't care who thinks what about them. They're going to be their damn self no matter what. They are never going to deny the fact that they are number one. They are superior to all people. And we know a lot of them too. I do as well. And this is how I am able to now determine who is covert, who is overt. Something I saw that was very, very meaningful to me the other day, it was talking about how sometimes you yourself have to become the narcissist in order to fight the narcissist at his own game, to beat the narcissist at his own game. And what does that mean? That doesn't mean you don't care about people. That doesn't mean you stop caring. That doesn't mean you think you're superior and better than other people, that nobody can step to you, they're not on your level. This does not mean that. This means to a certain degree, you have to think that way when it comes to or as it relates to that particular person. You have to put yourself on a pedestal. You have to actually remember who you are. This is why knowledge of self is so important. You have to know your innate self, that you have every right to peace of mind and happiness, that nobody can take that away from you. That is your inherent God-given right. And only you can allow somebody else to take that away from you or to diminish that in any way, shape, or form. So you guys, until I come back, I'm going to end this here, but you, I think, get the gist of this message. Do not play the game. Remove all your emotional connections and attachments. You will get better. Over time, it may last forever and ever until you realize this, Start to engage a little bit and you will see a whole, what you call it, like river of roller coaster of emotions, of pain, of narcissists. They're going to go at you hard the second you give a 1% of your focus. Take back your power, guys. Take back your power. Take back your power. With that, I'm going to end it, and I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you've hit like. That's your energetic contribution, and this is going to cause this video to be shown to more people. We want as many views as possible on these kinds of topics because we out here are dealing with a lot. The narcissist guys, they're like agents. They're everywhere. They're coming up out of the woodwork for us who have compassion, who have hearts. Okay? This is not a game, you guys. This is serious. So like, share, subscribe, download this video, all of that stuff. Leave your comments in the feedback section below because this is something I'm sure this is not going to be the last video I do on this or live stream because this is juicy. This is really juicy. But we're going to talk about it amongst each other, amongst ourselves. And if a narcissist is watching, if you want to say something, you could put your 2 cents in there too, and we're going to see just how, like, we're going to go on the two sides. We're going to see just what narcissism feels like coming from one himself, him or herself. Right, you guys? Till I come back, thanks for joining. I am looking forward to seeing you next time. I'm going to be back. Peace and love. Blessed be. Namaste.